Hey guys, guess where we're at? Yep, that's right. We're at the install plugins area because we're going to be installing a new plugin. It's going to be called InRelate. Now, the title of this is how to generate more hits with your own website. And I'll show you how InRelate does it. What you do a search for it. It's going to be the first one at the very top. Install now. Hit OK. Activate. And we're done. Yes, we're done. All right. From there, you're going to see a little guy down here in the corner called InRelate. Same thing like the other website. You're going to need a username and password. So you have an ID for your site, um, but you're really not going. This is your ID for your site for the advertisement thing. You really don't need that just yet unless you plan on advertising. But you have to configure your plugin. So you're going to click on this piece here at the top. I'm sorry. That's wow. This actually was for the discuss. I clicked on the wrong link. I'm sorry. We're going to go to the actually no, I'm sorry. This is actually the it. This is it for the whole page. What you're gonna need to do is you're gonna have to re-index your website. What that does, it actually tells everybody like, oh, hey, this is what the website this is where the website is, and here's all the content within the website. So let me give you a better explanation. What the actual NRelate application does is that NRelate is application that will look at your website, find your article, and see if you wrote on something earlier that could relate to the same article. It's really good. I enjoy it a lot because it helps generate more hits for your own website with your own website. I'll explain. If let's say you go to a topic and then somebody goes, "Oh, I really like this topic." And then they look down below, "Oh, whoa. You've written on this topic before, or you've written on this topic several other times." And then the person who goes to your website will then be able to click on that and get to see more articles that are related to the article that you just wrote about. What you're going to have to do, that's what the re-indexing does. Re-indexing is basically allowing the NRelate plugin to index everything on your website. It's like kind of like a library, putting a card on it going, okay, this is what this topic is about. This is what this topic's about. So it makes it easier for the program to find your information. If you go down here to the related content area, this is the part where you can do some of the configurations. You really don't need to, though. Um, but as you can see, there, let's start up here at the top. This is the different size of the image. Like I said at the very beginning, make sure all your posts have images. This is the reason why. Because the more plugins that we install, the more you're going to see that other plugins need you to do your posts correctly. So 110 is normal. I think my other website is set to 120. It doesn't really matter. Um, the title of the actual area is called "You May Also Like," and then it says how relevant, least, more, or most. Now here's the reason: is that if you're trying to do, let's say, an article and you're first starting your website, you might want to have it on low relevant, which means that you only have like 5 or 6 articles. So the chances of you writing on the same thing or a topic that's similar is next to none. So if you leave it to low, when you leave it on high, then that means that the topic you talk about definitely has to be in there. Meaning that if I wrote a topic on overcoming like self-hate, let's say, then if it's set to low, then it might look at self-hate and then low self-esteem, and then it might make that connection. If I set it to high, it has to be about the same thing, self-hate. It's very, very, very particular. Then it has a deep dive area where it can go as far back as hours, days, weeks, months, and years. Um, Hours are for like news blogs. So like if somebody blogs about the news every 5 to 10 minutes, you might want to set it to hours because as the day goes on, you could see an article as it develops. Um, Days, weeks, months. I really don't think there's a reason to use any of these in between, especially for coaching. Uh, Coaching is like a timeless art. The same things that people are going through today are the same things people went through several years ago. So I'd say set it to the last 10 years or 5 years. I know your site's not that old, but what it does is it gives you the ability to look back on older posts where you might have written on something years ago. I found that leaving it to that setting has helped me generate a lot more hits because people will go to my website and go, "Oh, wow, yeah, 5 years ago that was going on." And they click on the link, and next thing you know, they're enjoying another link. But this is all for your, like I said, for all your people who go to your website and their enjoyment. Um, you want to scroll down here, the maximum related posts, you do three. You want it to show up on only the single post. You don't want it to show up anywhere else, definitely. You want it to automatically show up at the bottom, never at the top. You want it at the bottom because it's after the person reads, then they can see it. There's a way to manually add it, but don't worry, this normally fixes it. You really don't need to do any of that. And then all the rest of it is just your regular settings, and this is your ads if you want to do ads. Um, I've done ads with them. I've never really seen a big like revenue increase because I use ads with them, but you know, it can be done if you want to be doing it. But there you go. Really cut and dry, easy to use. Now let me show you what it looks like on our candidate website. Let's see, this is from our last video, if you remember that. So let's say that you're here on the website and Netflix seals the deal with DreamWorks. You go, okay, Netflix seals the deal with DreamWorks, and you look down like, oh, Netflix is taking over the internet. Netflix is enforcing a limit. Apple could buy video streaming. Netflix streaming only packages. Netflix gets rocked when, and you're like, okay, let's see what's that do? And then when you click on it, boom, Netflix get rocked when Stars walks away. So then now a video that I did for this particular post comes on, and then when you go to the bottom of this one, you're like, oh, there's more. And this is exactly what people do. People will sit there and go, oh yeah, okay, that was a good video, I liked it. Oh, whoa, look, and it hikes its fees, and they click on it, and they're like, oh, okay, there goes that information from Netflix about how they hike their fees. And they look down a little more. It's like, oh, wow, there's another one here about Netflix. So next thing you know, that one person who came to read your one article might have read 5 or 6 articles before they left. So that's why I highly recommend adding this because users, if they like your website, they want to stay. And this is giving them a reason to stay on your website. So, like I said, guys, load this plugin. You'll see your hits double. I mean, seriously, I saw my hits double, even triple on some days because people just love to view things on the internet, especially when they have better things to do with their time, like work. I'm just joking, seriously. But anyways, let's go ahead and let's just call that a day with this one. Let's go and look into the future now, shall we? And the future says that we will be moving into the SEO plan of your website. I know SEO. What is that? Site, uh, I don't get it. Yeah, it stands for search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is basically making your website Google slash Yahoo Ask.com friendly. I could go into more details, but I won't because next video you'll learn way more than you think you need to learn. So tune in next time as we learn more about SEO plans and how to set things up on your actual website to be SEO friendly. So until then, I'll talk to you later.